Hello, this is Shay Jackson with Hype Math. In today's 5th grade math video, we will be going over decimal review, comparing and ordering decimals. This is part 1. Remember, 5th graders, stand tall and be proud. Be yourself. You are amazing. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you will be alerted to all of the times that we release 5th grade math and reading videos. Hype Math is proud to announce that we will be having online STAR Math and Reading boot camps. They will be on Fridays starting January 31st on Fridays from 6 to 6:50 p.m. Central Standard Time, Saturdays 9 to 9:50 a.m., and on Sundays 5 to 5:50 p.m. There will be a link in the description box to get more information, details, and to sign up. We will be covering essential math skills as well as reading skills as well, so that all 5th graders can prepare, whether in Texas or any other state, prepare for their test. We will be using the 5th grade math review workbook, and it is available to purchase in our store. There will be a link in the description box where you can go and purchase a workbook so that you can follow along with all of the problems that we will be doing. We also have a 5th grade reading book as well that you are able to purchase. Let's get started. How to compare decimal values. Step 1, what we need to do is write the numbers lining up places. Step 2, begin at the left to compare digits of the same place value. Step 3, if the numbers are the same in the place values, continue until you can compare different numbers. Step 4, write the appropriate inequality sign for the numbers. Now, I know you're thinking to yourself, Miss Jackson, I'm already lost. Hold on just a second. That's why we have examples. Looking at these two numbers, these two decimals, 7.4862 and 7.4853, we are going to compare these decimal values. What do we say in step 1? We need to write the numbers and line up the places. It is very, very important that when you are lining up the numbers, that you make sure that the decimal point is the same is in the same place for all of the numbers, because you want to make sure that a number that you think may be larger than what it is based on where that decimal point is, and it may not really be because of the placing. So again, make sure that when you're lining up writing the numbers, make sure that decimal point is lined up in the same exact spot for all of the numbers, okay? Step 2, begin at the left to compare digits of the same place value. So what that means is, starting from our left and moving to our right, we are going to start first with the ones place, because both decimal points has a number in the ones place value, okay? So looking, they both are 7. Step 3, it says if the numbers are the same in the place values, continue until you can compare different numbers. So let's look at these numbers. We said that the numbers are the same in the ones place. We need to move to the right to the tenths place. Looking at the tenths place, both numbers have the same number in the tenths place of 4. So now we need to move to the right to the hundreds place. In looking at the hundreds place, guess what? We have the same number as well. Now we need to move to the thousands place. Aha! This is where we stop, because in the thousands place, like Step 3 says we have different numbers, and so we need to compare. Now we can compare the numbers. We have a 6 in one number and a 5 in another number. Now we can stop. Okay? So in comparing our numbers, we know that the number 7.4862 is larger or greater than 7.4853, and we are going to use the greater than inequality sign. Now, you can be thinking, well, how can I remember, or how do I know? Do I need to use a less than sign? Do I need to use a greater than sign? Which sign does that face? You don't have to worry about any of that. I'm going to give you a trick. Think about an alligator. An alligator always wants to eat the biggest or the largest amount of food it can, right? So his mouth, the alligator mouth, is going to point to the largest or the biggest number. That is how you can remember. So when you are comparing numbers, what you're going to think to yourself is, okay, the 6 is larger than the 5, so my alligator mouth is going to open to the number with the 6 because it is the biggest or the largest number, okay? And like we said for step 4, we are going to write the appropriate inequality sign for the numbers. So this will read 7.4862 is greater than 7.4853. Let's look at ordering decimals. We're going to look at the list of numbers, and we want to order the numbers from least to greatest, okay? Going back to our step 1, we said we need to write down the numbers and line up the places. We also know that we need to make sure that the decimal point matches the same for all of the numbers. And we are going to begin comparing from the left to the right of the same place value. Step 2, looking at the place value, we can see that we have two numbers that are the same in the ones place and two numbers that are not the same, okay? So let's look at these numbers. We can stop here since all of our numbers are not the same. In looking at the ones place, we know that 1.89 should be the least number because 1 is the smallest number out of all of the numbers listed for the 2 and the 3, okay? But we have two numbers, 2.43 and 2.92. Well, we know that the 2 is the same in the ones place. Now we move to the tens place. In the tens place, we see that one number has a 9 and then another number has a 4. The number that has the 4 is smaller than the number that has the 9, so that would be the second number when we're ordering from least to greatest. Then it would be the number with the 9, and last, the greatest number is 3.29. So from going from least to greatest, we would write 1.89, 2.43, 2.92, and 3.29. That is ordering the numbers from least or smallest to greatest, or another way of saying greatest is biggest or largest, okay? Let's look at another example. We are going to order these numbers from least to greatest, okay? First thing we need to do is we need to line the numbers up. 9.68, 9.07, 9.43, and 9.27. The second thing we're going to do is start from the left to the right and compare the digits of the same place value. We notice that the ones place all have nines in the number, so we are going to move to the tens place. We see in the tens place there's a number that has a 6, a number that has a 0, a number that has a 4, and a number that has a 2. So from least to greatest, we know that 0 is the smallest. That would be the first number. The number with the 2 would be the second number. The number with a 4 in it in the tens place would be the third number. And the largest number would be the number with a 6 in the tens place. So when we list the numbers, it will be 9.07, 9.27, 9.43, and 9.68. Let's look at our first problem in the workbook. And these examples are in the workbook that's available to purchase in our store as well. Number 3 says, the table shows the time in seconds it took 4 swimmers to complete a race. Which inequality correctly compares 2 of these race times? We can see that for swimmer 1 is 26.15, swimmer 2 is 26.5, swimmer 3 is 26.1, swimmer 4 is 26.05. Again, we need to find out which inequality correctly compares 2 of these race times. F says 26.5 is greater than 26.05. G is 26.15 is greater than 26.5. H is 26.1 is less than 26.05, and J 26.15 is less than 26.1. What are we looking for? We are looking for the inequality that correctly compares 2 of the race times. So what information do we need to help us find the answer? To help us find the answer, we need to take a look at each swimmer's time. Again, we know that swimmer 1 is 26.15, swimmer 2 is 26.5, swimmer 3 is 26.1, and swimmer 4 is 26.05. So how do we solve this problem? We need to compare our answer choices to see which one of them correctly compares 2 of the race times. So now let's look again. We see that F says 26.5 is greater than 26.05. Our decimals are lined up. We see that the numbers are the same in the tens place and in the ones place, but in the tenths with the THS at the end are different. We have a 5 and a 0. Which number is larger? And that's what we need to do for each answer choice, okay? So F again says 26.5 is greater than 26.05. Is that correct? Or is G correct? 26.15 is greater than 26.5. H is 26.1 is greater than 26.05, and J is 26.15 is less than 26.1. So in looking at these inequality signs and these answers, which one would you say is correct? I know you can do it. If you said F, you are absolutely correct. 26.5 is greater than 26.05. Let's move to question number 4. Which comparison is not true? Okay. Not true. A, 3.375 is greater than 3.275. B, 6.875 is less than 6.9. C, 2.65 is greater than 2.675. And D, 7.675 is less than 7.75. What are we looking for again? This is an important question because it would help us to think about how we need to solve the problem, okay? We are looking for the inequality comparison that is not true. That means it's false, okay? What information can help us find the answer? The information that can help us find the answer is to remember that the mouth of the inequality sign opens up to the largest number, okay? The information that can help us is that the mouth of the inequality, remember the alligator, it opens up to the largest or the biggest number. How to solve the problem? Well, what we are going to do is we are going to look at our answer choices again, okay? A says, and we put what the inequality is saying. 3.375 is greater than 3.275. Is that true or is that false? B, 6.875 is less than 6.9. Is that true or is that false? C, 2.65 is greater than 2.675. Is that true or is it false? And D, 7.675 is less than 7.75. So, in looking at all of our answer choices and remembering what each of the inequality signs is saying, which one of these are we going to say is not true or absolutely false or absolutely wrong in the comparison of the inequality? Take a look one more time and let's look at our correct answer. If you said C, you are absolutely correct. Give yourself a high five because no, 2.675 is not greater than 2.675. Okay, so let's look. We know that the same number is the 2. Both of them have a 2 in the ones place. We move to the tens place. Both numbers have a 6 in the tens place. But when we move to the hundreds place, one number has a 5 and one number has a 7. That number that has a 5 is actually less than the number that has a 7, and that is why C is false. It is not true. It is incorrect. Okay? Let's move to question number 5. A scientist compared these two measurements, 13.068 kilograms and 13.608 kilograms. Which symbol makes this comparison true? F, greater than, G, less than, H, equal to, J, the plus sign. What are we looking for? We are looking for the symbol that makes the comparison true. What information can help us find the answer? The The information we need is the two measurements, 13.068 and 13.608. How do we solve the problem? In order for us to solve the problem, we need to compare the 13.068 and the 13.608, okay? And then we said line up the numbers. So we lined up the numbers. We see that the numbers are the same in the tens place. The numbers are the same in the ones place. When we get to the tenths place, TENTHS, we notice that one number has a 0 and one number has a 6. The number that has the 0 is less than the number that has the 6. So since we know that, what is the correct answer? Is it F, 13.068 kilograms is greater than 13.608 kilograms? Is it G, 13.06 kilograms is less than 13.608 kilograms? Is it H, 13.068 kilograms is equal to 13.608 kilograms? Or is it J, 13.068 kilograms plus 13.608 kilograms? Which of these answers are correct? If you said G, you are absolutely correct. We know, based on our comparison of the numbers, that 13.068 kilograms is less than 13.608 kilograms. Great job. This is our last problem. Number 6. Joshua compared the values of these decimals: 0.06, 0.6, 0.006, 0.060. Which statement correctly compares two of these numbers? A, 0.6 is less than 0.06. B, 0.006 is greater than 0.6. C, 0.6 is equal to 0.06. Or D, 0.060 is equal to 0.06. I literally feel my mouth buzzing from all of the zeros. What are we looking for? We are looking for the statement that correctly compares two numbers. What information can help us find the answer? The decimal values, the 0.06, the 0.6, 0.006, and 0.060. This information will help us find the answer because we will need to compare them in order to solve the problem. So how do we solve the problem? We are going to compare the inequalities. So let's take a look. We have A, 0.6 is less than 0.06. B, 0.006 is greater than 0.6. C, 0.6 is equal to 0.006. And D, 0.060 is equal to 0.06. What I want you to do is take time, and even if you need to pull out a sheet of paper and you can't just look at the numbers to decide which statement is correct, Take time to think about, do everything we talked about. Line up the place values, line up the numbers based on their places. Make sure the decimal point is in the same place. Once you do that, move from left to right until you have a different number in each of the place values so that you can come up with or decide which of these answers, which answer is correct. Okay, we're going to take a little time. You can do it. What is our correct answer? Our correct answer is D. 0.060 is equal to 0.06. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, how is that correct? If you remember, because this is a review, so if you remember when you learned about decimals, the 0 is like a placeholder, okay? So we have 0.06, 0, and we have it equal to 0.06. Well, we really don't need that 0 at the end. Not really, because a 0 is that, it's nothing, right? That's why I said that it is considered a placeholder at the end. At the end. So for this number, the number after the 6 is a 0. You could put it there or you don't necessarily have to put it there. Okay, that is why these two numbers are equal to each other, because they have the same 0 in the ones place. They have the same 0 in the tenths place. In the hundreds place, they have a 6. In the thousands place, there's a 0 in one and then there's nothing in the other. Well, I could just easily put a 0 there and the number would be equal. Again, it's just a place value, okay? Now, if you couldn't remember that, if that's something that was not introduced to you when it came to decimals, what you could do is look at all of the answers to see whether or not they're true, okay? So let's look at A. 0.6 is less than 0.06. Is that true? No, it's not true, because we know that actually the 6 is greater than the 0. So A is not true. We can mark that one out, okay? Let's look at B. We have 0.006 is greater than 0.6. Is that true? No, that's not true either, because again, 0 is actually less than 6, so that greater than sign pointing towards the 0.006. Remember the alligator, he always wants to eat the largest number. Well, 0.006 is not the largest number, okay? 0.6 is, so that answer is incorrect. That one's wrong. Let's look at C. We have 0.6 is equal to 0.06. Well, yes, we have a 0 in for both of the numbers in the ones place, but when we move to the tenths place, again, one number has a 6, one number has a 0. Those numbers are not equal to each other, so C is wrong as well. We are left with D. So even if we can't remember about putting a 0 at the end and it being a place value, take time to look at the answer choices to see if they make sense. If they don't, cross them out and then look and see which answer choices you have left. That is a test-taking strategy. Look at all of the answers. Don't immediately mark something. If you're not sure, take a deep breath and then look and ask yourself, does this answer choice make sense? All of the ones we just went over for A, B, and C, they did not make sense, did they? No. So we know that those are wrong. We kind of maybe think that D is correct, and we may not know, but we absolutely know that A, B, and C are incorrect. So our correct answer is D. And that is it. Again, we made it. Give yourself a hand clap if you made it through all of the video. Hopefully you did, because it will help you in reviewing the 5th grade concepts, okay? The 5th grade math concepts, especially decimals. Decimals can be tricky sometimes. Remember that you can purchase the 5th grade math review workbook in our store. The link will be in the description box. This has been Shay Jackson with Hype Math. I will talk to you soon. Remember, you are amazing.